It's Gnome of the Month, Gnome of the Month,
Gnome of the Month! Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations and I'm Nova and I'm so happy to see you today. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm popping on here a little bit later to give you guys my update for Gnome of the Month reveal video. So if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I hope that you have the best time when you're here. I hope that you find this to be the comfiest, coziest little corner of YouTube. And if you're not new here, welcome back my Gnomie. I hope that you're doing well today. I hope you and your loved ones are all taking care and that you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. And I hope that you continue to have a great weekend. Just a little info on what I'm doing this weekend, which you guys should already know if you've been here probably, but I'm going to be doing, well, I wouldn't say you should already know. I've mentioned it, but you probably don't keep track of my itinerary, so I shouldn't say that you should know. But anyway, tomorrow is going to be the day that I am video chatting with my siblings and my mom, and we're going to be having a little, kind of like a little Halloween party, and we are going to be making blankets. So that fabric that I showed you guys in my Joann's haul, that I got to do a crochet border, putting the two pieces of fleece together, crochet bordering around it. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. So I got a rotary cutter to do that, and I'm really, really excited. This is a first for me. I've never done a blanket with a crochet border. I've never used a rotary cutter. I got the one with the little serrated edge type thing so that it can make holes as you go. So I'm very excited about it. Today's video is just going to be real quick. I am not having a whole lot of info for you guys. So if you don't know what this video is, real quick, just let me explain. Every month on my channel, we do something called Gnome of the Month. What that means is I come on here the first Saturday of the month and I show you guys or tell you guys what my plans are for my gnome this month. So sometimes I have a pattern that I'm going to follow. Sometimes I'm doing a tutorial or a crochet along so that you guys can join in. Last month I did a witch gnome crochet along. So if you are interested in making something for spooky season, I went ahead and made it a month before instead of doing it in October. That way, if anyone wanted to make it, you guys had plenty of time to make it. So I went ahead and already made my Halloween gnome, and obviously I thought about making another Halloween gnome today, but anyway, I'll get to that. Let me finish my spiel. I come on here, I tell you guys what I'm doing anyway about it. Sometimes I have a picture that I've drawn, sometimes I have an idea in my head and I just kind of explain it. It completely varies based on what I want to do that month. But the cool thing is this is also something that is interactive for the whole community. So if you're watching this video, that means that you are part of my community, and that means that you are welcome to participate in Gnome of the Month. So if you make any gnomes this month, send them to me. My email is always in the description box of my videos, but it is novagnomecreations@gmail.com. And all you have to do is send me an email with pictures of whatever gnomes you've made. You can send me as many as you like, and they do not have to be crocheted. Mine will be crocheted, but yours do not have to be crocheted. So if you make a gnome in another medium, anything from diamond painting to loom knitting to crocheting to sculpting to drawing, it could be anything, any crafty medium. Feel free to send those in. So it's fun if you're dabbling in multiple crafts, then you can still participate in the fun things that we do here, including Gnome of the Month. And then what I do is I go through my email on the last Saturday of the month and I put together a big Gnome of the Month video. And what I do is I reveal to you guys how my gnome came out, whatever I had done, planned on doing, whatever. Sometimes I tell you guys at the beginning of the month an idea and it kind of snowballs into something else by the end. So you really never know how it's going to come out. But I show you guys how mine's going. I don't update you at all through the month. I only tell you my thoughts at the beginning and then I show you how it came out at the end. So it's a complete surprise. And then I also take all of those things that you guys have sent me and I put together a parade of gnomes. So I put on music, I put in some cute little editing, I put your guys' names that you've told me, I put any info that I know about your gnome. If you let me know things, then I can stick that in there. If you don't let me know things, I just kind of stick in whatever, you know, I observe. If I know what type of yarn you're using by looking at it, like if I see retro stripes, I always can recognize retro stripe yarn. So it's very easy for me to see that and go, that's retro stripes, which, because I love retro stripes. So I'll be like, oh yeah, they made this retro stripe gnome or whatever, you know. Or I might just make an observation about it, like, oh, that's a puppy dog gnome, and so I might be like, they made this puppy dog gnome. But if you give me info, like what you named your gnome, or your inspiration, or if you used a pattern, or if you used a certain type of yarn, I do include those types of tidbits. If you give me a whole big thing, sometimes I will just make a little like info page and stick it after your gnome. That way they can just read your little excerpt if they want to. They can pause and just read it. So it's really fun. And last month, oh my gosh, that was the biggest gnome of the month that we've done. There were so many gnomes. I literally was like beside myself, so happy. It was so fun seeing all the different types of varieties of gnomes everybody did. It was so inspirational. I highly recommend that you go back and watch last month's Gnome of the Month if you missed it. I will link it above if I remember to, and I'll link it at the end of the video if I remember to. I try to always remember to link things for you guys because it makes it easier for you, and I'm all about making it as easy as possible to navigate my YouTube channel. In the spirit of making it easy to navigate, I do also have playlists on my channel. So if you ever want to watch like playlists on certain things, I put some of them in my description box, but if you go to my page, there's also a playlist section. I have a ton, and I try to think of things that you guys might want to look for specific things for. So like Gnome of the Month or Community Spotlight, or what's other ones? I made ones for the mandala blankets back when we did those. Back when we did Yarn Fairy Fridays, I made a playlist for that. I try to like make playlists for everything. I have 13 Days of Yarnoween playlist from last year when I did this big Halloween like 2-week event. Basically every day I came on and I dressed up and did makeup and made cool things and all that. My tutorials, I have playlists. I try to like organize them together. Like gnomes are in one, Christmas things are in one, Halloween things are in one. But I also have one that's just all of my tutorials, in case you're just like, okay, I have no idea what I want to make, but I want to make something that Nova made a tutorial for because I love the way she does tutorials. I'm just going to go through her tutorial list. Then you don't got to go through all of my videos because I have like almost 400 videos. I actually might have 400 videos at this point. So I totally don't expect you guys to be able to just go through all of my videos looking for things. But if you are wanting to watch just like my vlog videos, I also do have a vlog playlist, which is like a bajillion videos. It's basically every video. So yeah, if you guys are ever looking for playlists, like how to navigate my channel, I try to keep it organized as much as I can for you guys. Also, if you go to my channel and scroll to the side, there's actually a little magnifying glass icon, and you can search things there. So like I always try to put keywords in my descriptions and in the names of my videos. So like say you remember that I made a unicorn and you're like, oh, I wish I could remember anything about it. I wanted to make that. I don't know the pattern, whatever. You can go to my channel and just search unicorn, and I will have put in the title or in the description or somewhere so that it'll pop up for you guys, unicorn. And I try to do that for everything I make. So if there's ever anything that you're thinking back on of mine that you wish you knew how to find that video, just think of a keyword or two and just try searching them, because chances are it will pop up for you guys. But yeah, that's just like a little thing that I wanted to mention because I do try really hard to make it easy to navigate my channel. Oh, also, before I get into my gnome plans, I wanted to remind you guys, pink hat today, pink hat this month, because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this is your daily reminder. Every time you see this pink hat, I want you to think, check my boobies. So this is your reminder to check your boobies, do your self-checks, feel around, feel for lumps and stuff. A little advice on that, I am not a doctor, do not take anything I say as medical advice, but I was like shown how to do self-checks by a gynecologist before, so I just wanted to pass this info along in case maybe you don't know. But the best way to check for lumps is actually to lay down so that your boob is just in a relaxed kind of state, and then work in a circular motion around and just go like, I'm not going to touch my boob on my video, but I'm just go like this. and work in a circular motion, obviously further down on your boob. But just in case that helps somebody, you're feeling for like hard lumps, things that feel like they're not there. And that's the thing that's important about doing self-checks regularly. You're going to know what is weird feeling for you and different feeling for you than the normal if you do them regularly. So if you just do a self-check and you've never done one before, you're probably going to think that things feel weird because boobs, they have lumps in them. That's just normal. But if you do self-checks regularly, you'll start to get a feel literally for how things feel, and you'll be able to recognize something that stands out to you as weird. And if something stands out to you as weird, don't feel uncomfortable and like you can't go talk to your doctor about it. It takes 2 seconds. This is what they do for a living. They're not weirded out at all, and they can usually put your mind at ease in 2 seconds if it's not a big deal. They literally will be like, yeah, that's nothing. That's just a fatty deposit or something. And if it is something you want to know, early detection is super important for these things. So this is your reminder to do that. And then also, if you are of the age or risk factors that you should be getting a mammogram, this is your reminder to schedule your mammogram. All right, guys, now that we have gotten our little talky talk out of the way, you guys ready to hear what I'm going to do for my gnome this month? Well, I don't have much for you. I don't have a drawing. I don't have a pattern. I have an idea, and I have some yarn to show you. Okay, so you guys may recognize this yarn if you were here recently after I did a haul video. Do you guys recognize this yarn? You may remember it from me saying that I wanted to make a mermaid and that I saw these yarns at Hobby Lobby and I was like immediately thinking mermaid. Well, I also grabbed another yarn out of my stash to go along with it, and I am thinking these yarns, and I may put, you know, some solids with them also, but I am thinking these yarns to make a mermaid gnome. So that is my idea for this month. I have no plans for it other than that idea. I don't have a drawing or anything like that. So I'm planning on just kind of going for it and seeing where it goes. This won't be a crochet along or anything because this is just going to be a really creative project, I think. But here is how these yarns look. Let me focus the camera. There you go. Are you not getting mermaid vibes? So these are the yarns I'm planning to use, but of course I might use more yarns. I might use less yarns. You never know until you get into the thick of it. But I would also love to hear what your guys' plans are for gnomes this month. Do you have any ideas for what gnomes that you want to make this month? Are you guys going to make some spooky gnomes or some pumpkin gnomes? If you're interested in getting some inspiration for gnomes, there's actually 2 different playlists that I would recommend that you look at. One, and I will put both of these in the description box below. One would be my Gnome of the Month playlist. If you go through that, that is every month the Gnome of the Month videos. It's just these. And the reveal videos have my gnome that I did, and then they also have everyone else's gnomes. So you can see a lot of good gnome ideas in those. And then also, if you're looking for somewhere to start as far as like a tutorial, even if you've never made amigurumi before, even if you've never made a plushie ever in your life, you've never made a gnome, you've never made anything like that, my gnome tutorial playlist, I have a super beginner friendly gnome tutorial that I walk you through it like you're new to crochet. I really dumb it down as much as possible, and I go super slow. And then if you are, you know, feeling like you want to do something a little more themed, I have some more themed ones also in there. I also have a little pocket gnome if you're wanting to make something smaller. All of my gnome tutorials, I strive to make them beginner friendly, and I really explain everything. But the super beginner friendly gnome tutorial, I really slow it down and explain everything. And I literally will be like, okay, this is how you do a magic circle and all this type of stuff. And even in my regular ones, I have a magic circle tutorial. So I always am like, hey, if you need extra help with this part, in the description box, I'll have linked a tutorial for that little part. And you can just go click it, get walked through that, and then come back. So don't feel overwhelmed or like it's too much. And I do have some Gnome tutorials that I have also made patterns for. I meant to say Gnome patterns, but a lot of times they are also in tutorial form. So if you prefer like a PDF pattern, you don't like to watch the really slow tutorials that kind of like walk you through it, head over to my Etsy if you're interested in any of the Gnome tutorials that I have made. You might find a PDF version. Like my Witch Gnome, I did make a PDF version, and there's also my Pocket Gnome over there, and Mushroom Gnome is also over there in PDF form. So but yeah, guys, I would love to know what you are planning on making. You do not have to make one of my gnomes, by the way, guys. You can make any gnome. It can be someone else's patterns. I love to see what you guys do. Like, I love to see the different patterns you guys find, or the things that you come up with out of your head, or some of you use my patterns but then modify them. I totally recommend and encourage you to do that. Have fun with it. It's all about having fun with it. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope that you stay gnomey and that you have fun, and I am excited to see what you guys all get up to. I will see you guys again on Monday. Bye, guys.